بودی، این غلطم در دل ما بودی. آه که من دوش سان بودم، آه که من دوش سان
When we belong to God, what is there to fear? We forget everything in the divinity, and we become completely lost in God. When we belong to God, what is there to fear? The world is grateful to Him for His blessings, but still, He doesn't belong to the world because He is
Shri Mataji, good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's program. We've got, give me a second. So today we're going to be doing, I can't remember, terrible memory, isn't it? Whether we've done soul treatment before or not with this series of new sessions. So just in case anyone hasn't got it ready, if you can just have a little bit of salt, maybe a tablespoon, whether it is rock salt or whether it's normal cooking salt, just in a little bowl next to you. So just enough to fit into the palm of your hand without too much spilling over. So usually 1 tablespoon is more than enough for that. So the salt treatment, we know the salt is the represents the earth element, and it's a really, really great quick cleansing technique that we use. So say, for example, you have had a heavy day at work or you feel heavy vibrationally, being it left side, then you can do the simplest form where you sit down, meditate, vibrate the salt, and then just put yourself in a bandhan to absorb that negativity, chuck the salt out in the toilet, flush it. Or what I normally also do is just have a bowl of salt near the altar, leave it there for vibrating, and then keep it aside. So I've always got that vibrated salt there to then use that for clearing. If you don't have vibrated salt, then the normal steps that we use to vibrate the salt is we'll have the salt in our hands always, as we normally do. We have the salt in our right hand, and then we say the Ganesha Tharvashish. So the idea is that as we are saying the Ganesha Tharvashish, the vibrations coming through the left hand, going into the right and vibrating the salt for us, which we then use to clear out the negativity. A couple of different ways we do it. One is you can just work on a particular individual chakra that you're feeling heavy. So say, for example, you feel the Nabhi is feeling a little bit caught up, then you can just work on the Nabhi. As long as you feel it's clearing out, and you chuck the salt out. Or you can just put yourself in a bandhan and just raise the Kundalini with the salt that way, as a little bit of cleansing that you can do. Then you can, if you're doing the bandhan to cleanse yourself with the salt, you can do it once. You can do, if you feel it's still not clear or it still hasn't cleansed out, you can actually do it 3 times. So really, it all varies. And this is where I suppose we always say that it is very much driven by yourself, you being your own master of what you need. So we can kind of show you techniques, we can show you how to do them, but you kind of guide your own subtle system. Will guide you to how much you'll need it as it's cleansing out. We've also got little music with Badhanashak mantras, which is the removing the negativity mantras, or you can do the 108 names, of Ganesha or Mahakali while you're then working with the salt. And then you can just go through each and every energy center until you kind of feel that it's cleared out, move through the 7 energy centers, and then, throw the salt out. Absolutely. As you wish. So over the next few weeks, we might do, a few different techniques like this using with the salt itself. So till you feel a bit comfortable. I will do the Havan again this Friday. And then we'll do another kind of salt treatment, on Monday. So that way for the next 2 or 3 weeks, maybe we can just make it 3 weeks. We'll do a little bit of an intensive cleansing techniques. For us, Diwali is just finished, so why not? You've got the water. So generally at home, today we'll be doing with our foot soak, but generally at home, you can do it either with your foot soak, or you get up in the morning anytime you're feeling, you can get the salt and then put yourself in a bandhan and do it that way. So that's quite fine. So let's start. Let's put a bandhan on the water and just place our feet. Let's raise our kundalinis and put ourselves in a bandhan. And if you've got your feet in the water already and don't have any salt with you to do the salt treatment, that's quite okay. We'll just go through the whole treatment, just giving ourselves vibrations. So instead of using the salt, you're just using your hand to give a bandhan. Few nice deep breaths in and out to help settle our attention. If you can move our attention to the top of the head, just an inch or so above the sahasrara, and just watch our fingers and our hands. Just to see if you're feeling any tingling or any heat on a particular finger, so that when you're doing the salt treatment afterwards for clearing, you can then give bandhans to that particular energy center that you're feeling is congested or blocked at the moment. So just watching without reacting or thinking. Mother, please let me feel my subtle system on my hands. Mother, please let me feel the state of my subtle system on my hands. So I haven't got the chart up on. They're the easiest way to remember the energy centers. So the first one is the Muladhara, just down here, and then it's alternate fingers after that. So the first one's here, second one is the thumb, third one is the middle finger, fourth is the little one, fifth, which is your Vishuddhi, the throat, sixth is your Agya, and the seventh is the middle of your palm, the Sahasrara. And the rest of your palm here is the void. So that's an easy way to remember. Start with one, and then it's just the alternate fingers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, with the void being the middle. So if you're feeling it on the left hand, then it's indicative of the chakra on the left side. If you're feeling a tingling on the right finger, it indicates a blockage, or that it needs a bit more work and clearing on the right side of that particular chakra. And if you're feeling tingling on both fingers of that same finger, so say for example, if I feel tingling or heat on both my left and my right finger, then it means that I need to work on my center Vishuddhi rather than the left or the right. Just settling our attention.
श्री गणेश अथर्व शीर्षम ॐ नमस्ते गणपति.
Sorry about that. So let's do, so what we do now is on our right hand, with our right in hand, just take a little bit of salt I've got and just hold it in your hand as we listen to the Ganesha Tharvashish or say the Ganesha Tharvashish. We've got the words on the screen, so please feel free. Please feel free to say the Ganesha Tharvashish at the same time. After this, I will put just a short raga for the Muladhar. So during which then we can use the vibrated salt that we've got to meditate ourselves and to help clear out and work on particular energy centers. So as we normally do, we just basically clockwise direction. We do a bandhan with the salt until you feel that the energy center has cleared out and a bit of balance has come through. And after that, don't throw the salt away. Please keep it because we've just got the Sahasrar mantras, and then we'll just use the salt again to put ourselves in a bandhan before we throw it away. So we've got the salt in our right hand, just the palm of our right hand holding the salt in a fist. Attention with that request to Mother, please vibrate the salt so it has the ability to absorb the negativity and the imbalances of our energy centers.
गणेश अथर्व शीर्षम ॐ नमस्ते गणपतये त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं तत्त्वमसि त्वमेव केवलं कर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं धर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं हर्तासि त्वमेव सर्वं खल्विदं ब्रह्मासि त्वं साक्षादात्मासि नित्यं ऋतं वच्मि सत्यं वच्मि अवत्वं माम् अववक्तारम् अवश्रोतारम् अवदातारम् अवधातारम् अवानुचानमवशिष्यम् अवपश्चात्तात् अवपुरस्तात् अवोत्तरात्तात् अवदक्षिणात्तात् अवचोर्ध्वात्तात् अवाधरात्तात् सर्वतो मां पाहि पाहि समन्तात् त्वं वाङ्मयस्त्वं चिन्मयः त्वमानन्दमयस्त्वं ब्रह्ममयः त्वं सच्चिदानन्दाद्वितीयोऽसि त्वं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तो जायते सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तस्तिष्ठति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि लयमिष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि प्रत्येति त्वं भूमिरापो नलो नीलो नभः त्वं चत्वारि वाक्पदानि त्वं गुणत्रयातीतः त्वं देहत्रयातीतः त्वं कालत्रयातीतः त्वं मूलाधारस्थितोऽसि नित्यं त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मकः त्वां योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यं त्वं ब्रह्मा त्वं विष्णुस्त्वं रुद्रस्त्वम् इन्द्रस्त्वम् अग्निस्त्वं वायुस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वं ब्रह्मभूर्भुवस्वरों गणादिं पूर्वमुच्चार्य वर्णादिं तदनन्तरम् अनुस्वार परतरः अर्धेन्दुलसितं तारेण ऋद्धम् एतत्तव मनुस्वरूपं गकारपूर्वरूपम् अकारो मध्यमरूपम् अनुस्वारश्चान्त्यरूपं बिन्दुरुत्तररूपं नादस्सन्धानं संहिता सन्धिः सैषा गणेशविद्या गणकऋषिः निच्छृद्गायत्री छन्दः गणपतिर्देवता ॐ गं गणपतये नमः एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ती प्रचोदयात् एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं पाशमङ्कुशधारिणं रदञ्च वरदं हस्तैर्बिभ्राणं मूषकध्वजं रक्तं लम्बोदरं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तवाससं रक्तगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गं रक्तपुष्पैः सुपूजितं भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवं जगत्कारणमच्युतम् आविर्भूतं च सृष्ट्यादौ प्रकृते पुरुषात् परम् एवं ध्यायति यो नित्यं स योगी योगिनां वरः नमो व्रातपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्तेऽस्तु लम्बोदरायैकदन्ताय विघ्ननाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमो नमः साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
So just keep your attention on the Sahasrara. Just feel which energy center you want to work on and give yourself, and just keep giving bandhan with the salt, requesting to absorb all the vibrations into the salt mother. You're the remover of all the negativities and badhas. And just meditate for a few minutes at the different energy centers that you want to clear out. So just settle of which side. Like normally we use the fire or the candle element for the left side. We use the eyes for the right side, but when we're doing the salt treatment, you can use it to clear any energy center that you're feeling blocked. So there's just a mantra that I usually use when I'm doing the clearing with the salt. So just pick any energy center that you feel is blocked at the moment. Keep your attention on that. And with the salt now, we give a bandhan in a clockwise direction. The easiest way to remember is to start the circle. You always move towards the heart and then down to the earth and back up again. So that will always give you the correct direction, whether you're working on yourself or others. As you're bandhaning, Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Sarvabadhani Sakshat Sarva Asura Madhini Sakshat Sarva Rakshasa Madhini Sakshat Shri Durga Mata Jagadamba Sakshat Shri Ekadasha Rudra Sakshat Shri Shiva Shakti Rudra Kartikeya Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Mataji. Give a bandhan until you feel it clear and clear. Now we just move our attention to the Sahasrara. Just give me a few seconds and so what another thing that I find works really well is doing a bandhan using this short Sahasrara mantra. So to start with, we can just keep our, so just normally how we do the bandhan is from the left to the right. So what we'll be doing as we're listening to the Sahasrara mantra is doing that. But now we've got the salt in our hand and we go from the left to the right to the center. So we'll be doing that 7 times, but using the Sahasrara mantra. Just give me a second. This is a little bit tricky using my left hand.
I think try this one is Tameva Sakshat Shri Tameva Sakshat Shri Nirmala Devi. That's all. Just to establish me as Nirmala Devi is the point.
Settle our attention on the Sahasrara and we'll start the one. Shri
Say 7 times for all this. Ah, just see the vibration.
So now just keep the salt in your hand. And the last part, what we do is stop share. So for the last part, so we do as we did Om Tvamev Sakshat Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha as a bandha. Now in regards to the raising of the Kundalini, we just circular way from the Muladhara move up as we say Om Tvamev Sakshat Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. And then we can just bring down our right side. Now again, we do the same, but this time we'll bring down the left side. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. The left agya with the right side of the brain, across the optic chiasma, and down the left side. And once more now to the center, for the center channel, all the way up, moving our attention as we move the salt around. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Now to finish off, what we do is just wash our feet into the bowl of water. Now, if you're doing it without the foot soak bucket or normally, you would just take the salt straight away, throw it in the toilet and flush it off. At the moment, because we're doing our foot soak, just keep a little bit of water left in your jug. Chuck the salt into the foot soak bucket and just rinse your hand into that water. And that is the end of the foot soak. And then just bandhan the water and put it aside. Let's keep our attention on the Sahasrara and just listen to a short talk from Shri Mataji.
So, I did not want to say anything to upset you people. But I must tell you that worshipping Sri Ganesha means there has to be a thorough cleansing within you. When you worship Sri Ganesha, keep your mind clean, keep your heart clean, keep your being clean. no thoughts of lust and greed should come up. Actually, when the Kundalini rises, Ganesha had to be awakened within us. The innocence has to come up, which obliterates all such degrading ideas within us. If ascent has to be achieved, we have to understand that we have to mature. What are we worshipping today is the innocence within us. We are worshipping that is auspicious, which is innocent. Innocence which is deep down within us, that's our character, that's our nature, that's what we are born with, is the basic of this whole creation, is the essence of this creation. What is our substance within ourselves? This is what Christ preached. Morality point. So important for him it was, because after dharma, which was a balance, where of course morality is very important, but it was necessary for Christ to talk of the innate, deeper morality, which is a part and parcel of our being. It is not just taught or told or frightened because there's a fear of God and wrath of God, but it should be your own innate light. So what is your power? Where does your power lie? It lies in the spirit. But even before the spirit is achieved, what is your power? Is Kundalini? She's sleeping. Then what is your power? Is your chastity. If a man is chaste temperament he has, and he stands up in his chastity, it acts. It works. But first of all, chastity pays dividend in your good health. From the face of a person, you can say that this person is a chaste man. What is the essence of your personality is your chastity. And in Sahaja Yoga, you can re-establish everything, whatever you have lost. You can. That's why the depth is lacking. And this is the reason there is no consistency in the temperament of people. No consistency. Now you'll get 1,200 people for my lecture. And next day not even one. All lost. Because there's no base, like a loose connection. There's no connection. Connection point is your chastity. But change your priorities now. The whole attention once goes to your own spirit. You'll be surprised. The whole chart will change. What's the most important thing? To meditate every day. If Sri Ganesha is within you, become like a child. Childlike innocence. But you become like a child who is very sweet. He always tries to amuse you. Always tries to say nice things. Always tries to make you feel happy. A source of such joy. And that's how you become a source of joy, source of happiness, source of fulfillment. All the time bubbling with laughter and happiness, bubbling with beautiful things. How the children amuse you, just see and watch. How they come round with little hands, how they work it out. How they know what is the right thing. And the negative within us disappears with the light of Sri Ganesh. You can see it so clearly in another person. If you don't have chastity, you can never see who is unchaste or chaste. With little jump, courage and faith, we can achieve a lot. Have faith in yourself. Not mental faith, but actual chastity is faith. Chastity is the consolidation of your faith. When you have faith in God, you are chaste. When you have faith in yourself, you are chaste. Crystalline form of faith is chastity. And that you can have even before realization. Many have. Actually, like the camphor, which you see is volatile and evaporates into the fragrance, in the same way, we can say chastity acts into faith. If you don't have chastity, you cannot have faith in anything. So, from today, we are not going to look at the stars or the moon, but going to look at the Mother Earth. In the universe, she represents. The Kundalini is nothing but chastity. She is just chastity. Can you believe it? What a power. Motherhood. Everything is chastity. Fatherhood. Any relationship is chastity. Purity is again the fragrance of chastity. Goodness, compassion, everything comes from chastity, a sense of chastity, which is not mental. So make your Kundalini strong by being chaste. People try to do things to look very attractive and this and that. Don't waste your energy like this. You are saints. Live like saints. You don't have to attract anyone. Chastity is the fragrance of the flower, which attracts the bees, is the honey of the flower, is the essence of our existence. All that comes to you through your meditative efforts. Now the effort is to be just that you have to be meditative. That's all. Keep your meditation on. Try to be meditative. See things. What is witness state is nothing but that you are meditative. Do not take your realization for granted. Unless and until your Ganesha is settled, your realization has no meaning at all. Watch yourself. Have you got adulterous eyes? Have you got an adulterous mind? what is your expectation about Sahaja Yoga? So many think that in Sahaja Yoga, God blesses you, then you must get a good amount of health, money, and position, power. The first thing you must ask for is the pure Ganesha, Nirmal Ganesha. Oh Mother, please give us the blessings of establishment of purity in our Ganesh principle. In relationships, in attitudes, in behavior, try to judge yourself. Are you innocent? In the same way, Sri Ganesha within us is magnetic. So a person who has Sri Ganesha awakened within himself becomes magnetic. And magnet attracts the steel, not dried leaves, does not steel. And steel is like the Guru Tattva. The man with the steel, say, man of steel, a person who has character, conviction, and who cannot be dominated by temptations. So what is this magnet? It's pure love. It's pure love. And the concept of pure love is that it doesn't depend on anything whatsoever but on itself. It is the support of itself. It's like light that spreads just by its own nature. Doesn't want anything, doesn't expect anything. Just spreads all over and enlightens other people's heart. That's why they get attracted. So for yoga it is important that you fix up your magnets of Sri Ganesha, who is the childlike personality. A child, there's one child, everybody is attracted towards the child. Why this attraction for children? Because their magnets are intact. Their ego has not yet developed. The second power of Ganesha is that he gives you wisdom. If you see a farmer and a big professor or a very well educated man and talk to both of them, you'll find the farmer has much more wisdom than this MAD, PhD. Why? Because he deals with Mother Earth every day. He knows the living process. He knows about the innocence of the Mother Earth. So an innocent person is the wisest among. A child who is innocent is much wiser than 10 ego-oriented people. So the second capacity of Sri Ganesha is that you become a wise person. So it grants you wisdom. When you have the power of Sri Ganesha, your eyes are radiant. You get a spark in your eye, a light in your eye. When he is enlightened in you, then you cannot look at anyone with lust and greed. But this glance is so powerful that even one glance is sufficient to purify thousands of people. Just the opening of the eyes are necessary. And you find whole thing changes into a beautiful morning from a complete dark night. Glance can awaken the Kundalini. The mother Kundalini cannot move unless and until Sri Ganesha gives the permission. He is like the Vice Chancellor sitting on all the chakras. He has to certify, all right, passed, go. On every chakra. And when the Kundalini rises, Sri Ganesha is awakened, otherwise Kundalini cannot rise. But then when he sleeps down, Kundalini is sucked by. Now we think we have lost our innocence. That's not easy to be lost. It's not destructible. Only thing, what you have done is to cover it with something that cannot allow Sri Ganesha's principle to manifest in us. You have pushed it down. You have brought pressure on it. You have brought loads and loads of nonsense on it. That's all. But it never dies. It is an eternal principle of the whole universe. The another quality of a person who is endowed with Sri Ganesha's powers is that he removes all the hurdles. If one person of this nature is in some place, all the rest of the people who are nearby will be saved if there's an accident or if there's any problem which is destructive. All of them will be saved. This Ganesh Tattva is now acted by your attention. If you have an attention which is all the time going from this place to that place, to that place, to that place, then it is affected. Especially in the case when we start looking at men, looking at women all the time, then also our Ganesha Tattva gets very much destroyed. Such people are difficult for rising in their ascent because Agya itself goes out. Then this Ganesha Tattva can also be reduced if you are very materialistic.
Just keeping our attention settled. Let's place both our hands towards Mother Earth. As we have cleared our energy centers, come into balance, and further clearing, listening to Mother's talk. Let's just allow the meditation to establish. Mother, you who are Sri Ganesha, I surrender to you. Please awaken the powerful innocence and wisdom of Sri Ganesha within me. Mother, please awaken the powerful innocence and wisdom of Sri Ganesha within me. Continue to sit in meditation with a request, with a song called Jago Kundalini Ma. It's one of my favorites. As we have cleared and balanced our Muladhara, and as Shri Mataji said, the foundation being strong, Sri Ganesha allows and gives the permission for the Kundalini to awaken. We'll just listen to the song, which is a song of praise or a request to Mother Energy, the Kundalini, to awaken. To awaken within us and also to help awaken within the seekers of the world. So the chorus goes somewhat like, awaken Mother Kundalini, bestow your grace upon all. With your ascent to the Sahasrara, we shall reach the heavenly heights. Seated in the Muladhara, O Mother, you have been sleeping through ages. We now long for you. You are the attainable. Awaken, Mother Kundalini. Penetrate the spinal cord, O Mother. Purify all the chakras. Sri Ganesha himself worships you with complete surrender. Awaken, Mother Kundalini. Shed light to the sleeping soul. Unite the shattered attention. Only then shall the darkness vanish. In your light, awaken, Mother Kundalini. We'll just continue to sit in meditation and finish off raising our Kundalinis whenever you so wish. A good evening for now.
Jago, 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 Kundalini ba. Jago, jago, Kundalini ma. Sahasrar mein aake, haan sahasrar mein aake, jo hi rang wo hum asma. Mata jago Kundalini ma
Good night, everyone. Have a great week, and we will